Hi, Miss Ronan. This is Ava Stanley. I'll be doing questions 3 and 2. So first, you see how many times it's rolled, and then at least 4. So that means 4 and 5 times. And in part B, it's at most. So it's 0, 1, 2, and 3. Those will be in place of the R in the formula. So for part A, we're going to list out all the components. So N would be 5, how many times it's rolled. R is 4 and 5. The probability is 3 out of 6 because there's 3 even numbers on a die, which can be simplified to 1/2. And Q is the chance of non-probability, so it's 3 out of 6 as well, also 1/2. Now we're going to write the formula, NCR, P to the R, and Q to the N minus R. We'll plug in the first set of numbers we have. So 5C4, 1/2 to the 4th, and then 1/2 to the 1. There's the feature on the calculator that could do this for you, but for this one, I'll be writing all of it out for you. So 4, 3, 2, 1 will simplify on each, so you're just left with 5. So 5 times 1/2 to the 4th, and 1/2 to the 1 is just 1/2. So I have 5 times 1 over 16 times 1/2. Multiply that together, you get 5 over 32. Now we could start on the other part. So we have the same formula, we just changed one of the numbers. So 5C5 times 1/2 to the 5th times 1/2 to the 0 power. 5C5 is 1. 1/2 to the 5th is 1 over 32, and anything to the 0 power would be 1. So then you would have 1 over 32. Now we need to add both of those together to get the probability. So 5 over 32 plus 1 over 32 would equal 6 over 32. But we could put that into simplest form, which would be 3 over 16. And that's our final answer for part A. So now all the pieces in the formula will change for part B except for N, because you're still rolling the dice 5 times. So N is 5, R would be 0, 1, 2, and 3 because it's at most. P is 1 out of 6 because there's only 1 6 on the dice. And Q is 5 out of 6. We write the same formula as we did in part A. So now we have 5C0, 1/6 to the 0, and 5/6 to the 5th. Any number C0 would be 1, and then anything to the 0 power would be 1. And then 5 over 6 to the 5th power is 3,125 over 7,776. So just for that part, you just keep that fraction the same. Then we go to the next one because we're going to be doing this 4 times. So you have 5C1, 1/6 to the 1, 5/6 to the 4th. So that'd be 5 times 1/6 times 625 over 1,296. So you multiply all that together. You get the same as you did for the last part, 3,125 over 7,776. Now for the third one, we do 5C2, 1/6 to the 2, 5/6 to the 3. So this, I'm going to be writing out the combination since this is a little more complicated. So you write out 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, and the same thing with 3. So 3, 2, 1, and the 3, 2, 1 underneath would both cancel out, so you're left with 5 times 4 on top, and then you do 2 times 1 at the bottom, so the 2 and 1 cancel out the 4, making it a 2, so you're left with 5 times 2, which is 10. So you have 10, 1/6 squared is 1 over 36, and 5/6 cubed is 125 over 216. You multiply all of that together, you get 625 over 3,888. Now we're on to the last one. 5C3, 1/6 to the third, and 5/6 to the second. Even though the numbers are different for the combination, it ends up working out the same as 10. So that equals 10, and then we have 1/6 cubed, which equals 1 over 216, and then 5/6 squared, which is 25 over 36. And you multiply all that together, and you get 125 over 3,888. Now, just like for part A, you have to add all 4 fractions together. So 3,125 over 7,766. You write that twice. Then you add 625 over 3,888. And then the last one, 125 over 3,888. Leaves you with a big fraction, 3,875 over 3,888. Close to 1, but not quite. So that's your final answer for part B. Now for question 2. So first you want to make everything on one side equal to 0. It's like a normal quadratic, just with tan. So you have 6 tan squared x minus tan x minus 12 equals 0. So we're going to use the eyeglass method. So 6 times negative 12 gives you negative 72. We're trying to get the term in the middle, which is negative 1. So we have 6 tan squared x, and the factors would be negative 9 and positive 8. So minus 9 tan x plus 8 tan x minus 12 equals 0. So now we're going to put parentheses around the common terms. So now I want to find the GCF in both of them. So it would be 3 tan x taken out of that, which leaves you with 2 tan x minus 3. Then you go to the next one, and we would take 4 out of it, which leaves you 2 tan x minus 3. Notice how it's the same as the previous one. We want to combine them to get 2 different sets. So we have 3 tan x plus 4, and we want to set each to 0, and then 2 tan x minus 3 equals 0. We want to have tan alone, so we're going to subtract 4, which gives us 3 tan x equals negative 4. And then we're going to divide 3 on each side, which leaves tan x alone on the left side. So then it would be tan x equals negative 4 over 3. We want to figure out what quadrant the angles would be in, so we write the cast chart, and tan is negative, so we know we won't be in the third, and in the first, all is positive, so we can't do that either. So the second and the fourth quadrant would be what we're in. We find the reference angle, we hit second tan, put in 4 over 3, and we get 53 degrees and 8 minutes. So now we're going to take 180 and subtract 53 degrees and 8 minutes to find the first angle. So the first one would be 126 degrees and 52 minutes, and then we take 360 and subtract the same, leaving us 306 degrees and 52 minutes. So now we have to go to the second equation. We want to get tan by itself again, so we add 3 on each side, which leaves us 2 tan x equals 3. Then we're going to divide by 2 on each side, leaving tan alone on the left side again. So it would be tan x equals 3 over 2. We're going to write the CAS chart again to find what quadrants we're in, and tan is positive, so we're going to be in the first and the third. So the reference angle, we do second tan, 3 out of 2, and our reference angle is 56 degrees and 19 minutes. So the first angle we find, there'll be no change since it's in quadrant 1, but then we have to do 180 plus 56 degrees and 19 minutes. So the first one, like I said, is the same, 56 degrees and 19 minutes, and the next would be 236 degrees and 19 minutes. Now, for the final answer, we have to write them in numerical order, starting from least to greatest. So we have 56 degrees, 19 minutes, 126 degrees, and 52 minutes. Next, 236 degrees and 19 minutes. And lastly, 306 degrees and 52 minutes. So that's the final answer for number 2. Thank you so much for a great year, Miss Ronan. Have a great summer. Miss you.